Your opponent is tanking for a long time and you're on the river with a value hand. What are you thinking? What's going through your mind? This was many minutes.
It was many minutes. I mean, it's interesting because the main read that people are looking for, I guess, when you've been in a time bank for a very long time is whether or not the tension or the nervousness of the guy who went all in or is betting goes up or down, or not up or down, if it stays high or if it drops. Because usually when the tension drops, that means that he's calming down and he usually has a value hand. The excitement of him potentially winning a big pot goes down. While if you're bluffing, then tension just remains high. So I guess
So for me, it's usually I'm trying to use my time banks as efficient as possible, and let's say I drove my hand from pre-flop to the river already, expecting some kind of the ranges, where I can actually the range is becoming way tighter on the river comparing to the flop or pre-flop, obviously, and I already have an understanding of amount of combos that he probably gets to the river that he's bluffing and amount of the combos that he's value betting on the river. So now I just need to calculate the pot, the ratio, the how many combos I should be folding in theory. Do I want to deviate from theoretical? I don't know how to call it, like from the theory in general. And yeah, I was just trying to, let's say if I have 6 time banks, I can find the time to calculate all the spot in my head from the beginning, from pre-flop, from the flop, turn and river. I can kind of delete from my memory everything that happened before and rethink about everything again. I think I had like 6 time banks or 5 time banks there, and I just decided to focus, to get rid of like all talks around the table, all get rid of all cameras, and I was just like focused on the board, focused on myself, and maybe I can find some live read as well. Just like checking how my opponent is acting. I can tell Leon was not exposing anything for me. I was not able to find any live read there.
Folds, nice laydown, Alexei Ponakovs.
Yeah, sick laydown, actually.
I think his fold deserves a lot of credit in the first place, in the sense that most players, when they call turn with one pair hand and they improve to a two pair, they would never think about folding. I mean, this is a very like baseline or like base level shit kind of, and we're playing at a high level, so almost anyone in this tournament is of the pros is capable of folding this hand, but still, it's mentally it's kind of hard when you improve to be like, okay, actually, I did improve, but I only have a catcher here. He realizes that my value threshold probably is a set plus, perhaps king jack, who knows. But in the end, he does have a catcher, so is his hand really better than, say, king 9 with the 9 of hearts, king 10 with the 10 of hearts, something like that?
It's probably profitable to. It's way better EV to fold, but if I will start folding all of my hands like that, I might get crushed by people who are over bluffing. So I need to be very careful who is my opponent, and yeah, I think it's not easy fold for most of the players because they are scared to be over folding.
I think it's very reasonable for him to fold. Again, I said population is going to overbluff here. He might realize that I know that may be a thing. Maybe I underbluffed the spot. I mean, I don't quite know what he was thinking. Either way, if I'm balanced here, I don't think his combo needs to call necessarily. Plus, I mean, once again, the argument I was going to give is with the mystery bounty dynamic, once you are in the money, you suddenly access a whole extra 50% of the prize pool, which most players that were busted before that are not going to access, so that makes a big difference. However, if he calls and wins the pot, he obviously has a huge stack, which is also very good for, especially in mystery bounty tournaments. But yeah, it kind of goes both ways. He probably thinks he has some future edge as well on the field, and there's just a lot of factors that come into.
I played a hand, and after that I was thinking like, oh, was it a good fold or was it a bad fold based on actual result, based on his actual hand. And it was in my mind maybe for 2 minutes, and after that I just asked Leon directly like what he had, because we went on a break, and I think it was just before dinner break or maybe just before they ended. And obviously I will see it on stream. So yeah, he told me, but he didn't. I think he didn't tell me right away that was ace-3 off, and I was just like, oh, this is when I saw that, my ego was like, he probably have some reasons opening on my big blind, and I was like, not sure if it's a good reasons, but he definitely have something in his mind.